Okay, it's another Sunday, another day in the shop. Welcome to Pile of Parts. Anyway, I'm gonna get this 440 on the engine stand and then take it apart. I don't mean to keep beating on an obviously dead horse, but I did want to show the carnage and maybe we can figure out what actually went wrong. So this video is about dissection. Of course, we couldn't turn the engine over because it's all jammed up while it was in the car or whatever, so we had to pull it with the transmission, and now I slid the transmission off, and I've just got to try and get these 4 bolts off this converter. Don't know the brand, but it sure looks like a good quality one for sure. I was told 4,000 stall, and that's pretty much how it acted. I've almost run out of engine stands. We got 4 of them over there. They're all occupied. Of course, I could take some engines off those and store them elsewhere. But when I bought the White Whale, the convertible, the gentleman gave me a brand new engine stand in the box. So it sat outside here for a couple months in the rain and stuff, so the box is kind of toast. But I'll pull this apart or pull it out and assemble it, and we'll get the busted 440 on there. Who needs instructions when you can look at pictures? Let's keep it easy. Okay, all done. That took about 20 minutes. Pretty basic stuff. It looks like a good engine stand, although this post has got quite an angle, but it's a 1,250 pound rated stand, so it's pretty heavy duty. One thing I'm probably not going to use, it's got this kind of a tray situation hanging on a pin, and I can see that just being a pain. So we'll get rid of that. Anyway, let's get this thing loaded up. Here we go. She's all set up. Had to hunt for some bolts, custom spacers. Anyway, that should hold. Now I will continue taking this apart, flip it over, and see what we can see. I guess we'll start with taking all these lifters out, because as soon as I flip it over, it's just going to fall out anyway. Of course, cam is destroyed, so these are pretty much garbage. They were in good shape. Don't see any wear on the lifters. You know, they're not convex, or sorry, concave. Hard to grab though with greasy fingers. Okay. Oh, that lifter is pretty mushroomed. It ain't coming out. But that's fine, it can just stay there. Hammer off this damper that I just put on prior to the wreckage. Okay, hammer this out. Too tight. Holy cow. Okay, that's off, and that's a little warm. Bit of friction going on. Then we got 9/16. Forever looking for sockets and bolts. Oh, that's a 1/2 inch. What am I doing? 1/2 inch was already on there. Got a little dent there. That was from the engine crane. Because of the angle we had to have to get it off. You know, with the motor and tranny at the same time. I can probably tap out. Probably won't be much to see behind this as far as carnage goes. Where is a... Let's get something to pry that. It was glued on there pretty good. Yeah, she's on there pretty good. No leaks. Okay, except for the big leak I put in it. Nice quality chain. Double roller. Not sure if it's a true roller or not, but anyway, it's pretty tight, so that's good. 3-bolt cam. What is that? Looks like a 5/8 or something. I'm guessing I gotta clean this place up once I get this apart. It's been sitting like this for a week now, and it's a disaster. But I didn't want to do anything until I got it apart, because I'd just be making another mess anyway. So I'm looking for a 5/8. Stupid gun. Okay. Put those in the can. Marked Barracuda. Yeah, I think this timing set's reusable. If not for the Barracuda, for... No, it can't be correct. If not the Barracuda, then for one of the street cars. Well. Should I try prying this out just for a laugh? Oh, she's in there. Yeah, it doesn't want to come out. And it doesn't have to. It's earned its place in the scrap heap. Okay. So we don't have to worry about wrecking anything, because it's all garbage. Okay. Well, flip it over, I guess, and get the pump off. Don't know what's going to fall out, but I guess it really doesn't matter. Oh, wrong way. Probably going to see a ton of stuff flow out of here. Like that. Not really balanced here on this engine stand, but wow. Okay, I'll grab the camera and just give you a little look before I continue on here. Another crack in the block from the inside. You can see, oh, there's lots of sun coming in here. Whereas you can see the cam down there, busted. Of course, the window in the block. But yeah, there's some more twisted rods and stuff in there. I will pop out the 4 end pistons that are still intact, and then we'll try and and get it turn over and get the rest out. But that cam, or that crankshaft, is in one piece. Look at that, eh? Forged crank. Well, I'll basically just get out what I can and see what happens. And get my hammer and tap at these things. It's all garbage, so no need to be gentle. There's the cap. Kind of curious, there's bearings here. Yeah, see, if you look here, this thing was in great shape. You see the bearings here, really nice and smooth. So is the journal here on the crank, the ones that haven't exploded. So, as far as wear goes, I think it was in good shape that way. It wasn't all grooved and, bearings spinning or everything. Everything was good that way. Something went on. See if we get this pop out the bottom there. It's coming out. I think. Try from this side, I guess. There's a piston. Gentle, of course. Oh yeah. Lots of, you see on the beam here all the nicks, shrapnel going through. So they are Keith Black piston. They are good. A lot of people use them for sure. I don't know if I'd want to use them in a race engine. Forged might be better. If these were forged pistons, maybe this would never have happened. I don't know. But this is one of the good ones. And my friend Jerry said, I was questioning about detonation. If that could cause a piston to come apart, or, sometimes they compress here and squishes the ring and, they come apart. But this one's nice and free. So I don't think there was any detonation. There's no burning or anything on the piston. So who knows? Who knows what happened? Now there's another one here. I'll try tapping out. I think I need a longer bar with a little more depth. This one here is just a piston. I don't think it'll take much to come out. Yeah, because it's not attached to any rod anymore. Kaplop. There it should be. So here, this one is missing a chunk up here. Now, quite, almost looks melted there. But you can see how it came apart right at the skirt. And of course, the pin. It could have been the pin the track worker gave me. But, yeah. Lots of trophies. I guess anybody who races has trophies from this kind of thing. I'll get out what I can, and then we'll see if anything's going to turn. There's a piston swedged in one of the cylinders, so that's going to want to stay where it's at, but see if I can hammer this piston out, the one that's swedged with the rod. Should be. This was just crammed in there. It seems it's like they broke. I mean, I don't know the dynamics of what goes on when this kind of catastrophe goes, but they all seem to be broken right at the pin. Fluke, coincidence, I don't know. So there won't be much to see there. Cap off. So this is one of the good ones. I think you're going to see much. And again, the bearings are really nice. They're beautiful. So I got to think, yeah, I mean, it was in good shape. And not like it was worn out, so maybe just the pistons decide to have enough. Or somebody mentioned rod bolts letting go too. I should have a... Ooh! That wasn't good. I just hit the Viper. No respect, I tell you. Okay. So that's one of the good ones. The ring nice and tight, or loose, I mean. Yeah, there's no trauma on this one. Even the rod's, nice and straight or whatever. I mean, it's garbage, but the cylinder was okay. Okay. We'll go this. Yeah, it's not gonna go that way. Oh yeah, there's nothing turning just yet. Maybe I'll just pop these main caps off. Probably get that. Oh, that's not good, eh? Kind of captured my socket. These can be so hard to get out. Actually it looks in decent shape. Looks like a 1/2 inch too. I don't know if it's any good or not, but I'm kind of in a hurry here. Well, it's out of the way. Good enough. Again, look at these bearings here. Here's the main. You can see it here. Really good shape, no grooves. Seems like such a shame. Such a shame and such a waste. Another good bearing. Get this rear seal off. got some custom bolts in it. Normally they're a 3/8 12 point, but they put the Allen head in it. Probably makes more sense. I think we'll just pry that out of there. Well sealed in there. This is a stock type retainer. I've had lots of problems trying to seal those things. You know, my green Charger there, the 70, I've had that engine out twice. Trying to seal that leak up, and yeah, you know, I've done every trick in the book that's suggested, and it still leaks. And I've had other friends too that have the same thing. You know, you try the reproduction rope seals and different rubber, you know, plastic or whatever, lip seals, and still leak. Okay, let's see. Well, I doubt it's going to turn because I don't think it was the main caps that were holding it back. But yeah, all the journals that didn't get hammered are just minty. But a lot of good that does us now. Where are they? Looks like king bearings. So 30 on the rods. And 30 undersize. And what were the mains? 20 on the mains. Keeping things. Oh, there we go. A little bit of movement. There was a rod wedged in here that is causing issues. But if I can turn this, there we go. Just want to turn it so I can get access to the bolts of some of these other ones. Here we go. Nice journals, hey, just beautiful. Anyways, one of the good ones. And then we got carnage on these two and carnage on these two. And then two good ones again. See the inside of the block and the webbing. And yeah, we got some ugliness here. So I'll top the rest of those out. And I think we're almost done. You know, one thing I was going to look at is these bolts. You know what? Oh, yeah, they're ARP bolts. So I had someone in the suggestions comment thinking that rod bolt failure, but they are ARP bolts on a nice reworked rod, so I can't see an ARP bolt letting loose. It all leads back to the pistons for me as far as the cause here, and I think it's just, I don't know, maybe because they were hyper-eutectic and not forged right. Another mint bearing. Get this out, maybe we can not hit the Viper this time. Don't worry about wrecking stuff. Already taking care of that. Out it comes. Okay. Yeah, I like the other one. Lots of nicks in this one. This one's missing the bottom of its skirt. Other than that, I don't think. Looking for signs of detonation. It's all good there. And the ring still turns freely. Anyway, it's another one out. I've got a mess to clean up here. Holy. Out it comes. Fully intact. Ring turns. Yeah. Fully intact. I'm gonna try and get this nut off here. It's kind of mangled, so I can't get the full socket on there. Go ahead and get a grip on two sides. Kind of like that. There we go. Yeah, she's a little loose there on the journal. Oh, the end of the... Oh, this is going to be tough. The end of the nut has been swedged. Swedged onto the bolt. I'll get this other rod out. You can see. More carnage. Get you a look at that. You know, it all happens in a split second. You know, it doesn't take much. Once something goes sideways, it's just a catastrophic chain reaction. And it just took like, what, 2 seconds maybe, or 3 seconds, and then it shut off. There's half a piston in here. Again, broken right at the pin. So a buddy of mine, Jerry, he's very experienced, and he's been a machinist and a engine builder for 40 years, just recently retired. Anyway, he was saying that when a rod breaks, generally it'll shove the rod and the piston up towards the head, and it'll just kind of stay there. But of course these were all over, you know, with the rods looking like pretzels. So it almost leads me to believe that it's piston related. As you can see, numerous just broke right at the pin. And hypereutectic pistons are very hard, much harder than cast, but at the same time they can be a little more brittle. Anyway, yeah, that camshaft is, oh, now it comes out easy. Here, let's have a look at this. I'm guessing this is going to be what they call a 3/4 race cam. Okay, here's I guess that's half a camshaft. Yeah, snapped right off. Most likely a rod came up and smoked that. And all the lobes look decent as far as wear goes. But she's done now. Yeah, there's more pieces in there. Oh, I see another piston. Where's that longer bar? Nothing holding that one in. There we go. Another one. Big chunk out of it. And what's left of the rod. Yeah. No surprise. Well, all we got is a partial cam and a connecting rod sitting on here. I'll turn this engine, give you a little shot of that, and I think we're pretty much done. But you know that as rough as all this was, that crankshaft is still in one piece. You know? Actually, come to think of it, I'll just lift that sucker out right now. There'll be a rod attached to it. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's nice and heavy. Here, I'll stand it up and then show it to you. Here we go. So what's left of, I think there's a bit of a clearance issue there. Yeah, another souvenir rod once I can get this nut off. Like I said, it's kind of swedged on there, but whatever. Yeah, it's too bad. That was a good crank. I know, I'm sure if a guy was desperate, he could probably reuse it, but I'm not that desperate. I got lots of them kicking around. Okay, and then here's the easy way to remove your cam. Or maybe not so easy. Yeah, so you can see the last part of it, last half of it there. This one's kind of stuck in here. And you can see the holes in the cylinder wall. I think that's the only one that did that though. Well, except for here you can see, if you look here, big cracks right down the cylinder there. And that would have been the middle, one of the middle four that had all the carnage. Anyway, I think that is the end of this saga. I won't subject you to any more of broken parts. Here we go. So I think this red 71 Cuda is going to be next. Give you a little shot of it here. It's got a port injected aluminum block 572 Hemi. This is an Indy Super Street crate engine they had. And then a friend of mine put fuel injection on it and all that stuff. And here we are. There's no issues with this mechanically. It'll fire right up. Oh, and by the way, that's right around 800 horsepower supposedly. You know, on the engine dyno, not at the wheels. It's got a 4-speed with the pass and overdrive, and a 410 Dana 60. Anyway, the whole reason for this car being non-mobile is I was going to get some issues with the seat upholstery fixed, which we won't because the upholsterer still has our whale seats and we haven't heard from him in months, so there's no chance of these getting done. So that, and then I bought new door panels. It had the old style reproduction ones. I got the newer ones, which are just like stock. So this is what I will work on. Oh, here's the panel right here. These are the new from Classic Industries. I'm not sure who actually makes them, but the grain is just like stock. You can see up close on there. Anyway, the ones I took out were just horrible and they bothered me to no end. So yeah, so I just got to put the door panels on, put the seats in. The other thing I did, the rear wing, it's a reproduction, and it was quite wavy, like even being satin black out in the sun, you could see the waves in it. So I was going to give it a skim coat of filler and smooth it all out. I might still do that, or I might just give it a coat of satin and move on for now. We're in the middle of August and time is rapidly running out to get to drive this thing this year. So I think this one is going to be next, and we'll do some cruising and burnouts and all kinds of stuff. This thing's a real hoot to drive. Okay, I promise no more 440 destruction videos. That's the last one. We've gotten to the end of it. Don't know what caused it. I suspect pistons, but it doesn't matter really. It is what it is. Next engine will have forged pistons anyway. And yeah, that's it. So thanks for watching Pile of Pieces. See you next time.